crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
Hey there guys, this is me and Malorian, and this will be a War Machine Battle Report. In this one here, I'm going to be trying things out a little bit different with Cyphon. Now, I've been playing a lot of my Thexus lists, I've been loving my Cephalix, but I've been wanting to try something a little bit new and a little bit different because people are starting to get used to my game, and the sooner that I stagnate, the sooner I'm going to become less competitive. So, first of all, what I try doing is going to Cyphon. Cyphon really changes up the game because he can make you hit a lot harder and have a lot more threat. He is able to survive a lot more, so I mean with that armor 17, if you're getting hit with some magic spells and stuff, you'll survive a lot better. Plus, if the opponent is getting good at killing your unit leaders, he can just make them explode himself, so that's going to be that. Now, the first thing I did is I just put Cyphon into my Thexus list because they're the same beast points, so why not? But I thought, you know what, let's try something a little bit more different. I know a lot of people have been loving this list. It's kind of like the illogical list, to be fair, but what you take is, instead of me taking the 40 drudges and the 20 press gangers, you just take 60 drudges. You take 3 units of the mindbenders, 3 units of the mind slavers. Because the theme, that gets you 2 free units of the overlords, so that's 16 free points, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. So that's what we're testing out now. At this point, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do this, so I'm borrowing 1 unit of benders and 1 unit of slavers. The 1 other unit of slavers will be ambushing, so they'll be coming in later. But yeah, I'm just really wondering if this is going to work. There's a lot of guys in my backfield, and it's going to be interesting. Now, meanwhile, I'm up against my buddy Jordan, and he has his Legion, his Lylyth3. It's an Archangel build that he's been having a lot of success with. The big thing here is that, first of all, I have the advantage in that I can survive his shooting on my boss, and that I have a lot of guys that kind of waste his shots and all those types of things, right? So I really have the numbers and all the rest of that. Where it's bad is that with his Isle of Sight, he can be killing off my leaders very easily. He has a very long threat, and when he gets that big Archangel into the zone, it's going to be very hard for me to get it back out. Plus, of course, things like the sprays on Typhon, the AoEs on the Archangel if I'm not careful, and also the tough ignoring Deathstalkers are going to be doing a lot of damage to me. So I'm going to have to play this a little bit carefully. I do believe I'm going to be going on this one with a scenario basis, but also attrition. So I'm going to be trying to score my own zone, destroy his objective, and then I'll keep on planking away. I'll try and keep on threatening him with the wreckers and trying to score and force him in, and we'll see if it works. Alright, so I got the first turn, and what I decided to do was to hold a little bit back. I'm giving up probably about 4 inches of room here because I don't want those Deathstalkers to shoot any of my guys. They really just kill 4 with almost no effort whatsoever. So if I can hold back a little bit, why not? Plus, in this scenario, I don't feel I need all that board space that I can, so I'm okay with this. Otherwise, I get Perseverance onto the right wrecker. I load them up with 3 and 2 because that focus carries over, and that's my turn. So on his turn, yeah, his Deathstalkers weren't able to do anything, but Lylyth was. Lylyth is able to trample forward and kill off the slaver boss on the left. He's also able to kill off an overlord. So yeah, that Lylyth, those 3 shots, she's probably going to be killing off like a key model every single 3 key models every single turn. So that's going to be really, really annoying. Otherwise, yeah, he's just kind of like slowly coming up the field. He got up Escort. Of course, she just kind of repositioned back after. Typhon is ready to make a lot of danger on my side. You can't see it, but on the other side of the building is a Shepherd. I'm not sure if it's there to sneak into my zone, but either way, I want to deal with that. And now I'm going to be bringing in my ambushers, and I have to make a decision. One, I can bring them on the right, and I can be kind of being a little bit more pressure on his support models, or I can bring it on the left. I can definitely get into his Black Frost Shard and put a lot more threat onto his zone. But that forest is really annoying. I mean, when they go in and go after the Black Frost Shard, I don't even know if I'll kill any of them, and then they're going to be out of the game. So I'm going to decide to bring them here from the right. So this way they can run over, they can block models from coming over, and kind of distract the models from going into my zone. By the way, that one Legionnaire is just a third Shepherd. So in case you're wondering, that is one proxy. But yeah, I feel that this will be the best thing for me to do. So after my turn, I'm really not doing anything fancy. I'm really just getting into him. So really, the units just running on up. Perseverance, of course, being kept up. Cyphon is running into the zone to kind of force his hand to see if he wants to start dedicate things. Actually, at this point, it's actually going to be really easy if you really wanted to. A Shepherd could run in, a Deathstalker could run in, but either way, I'm forcing him to offer something up to me. Otherwise, yeah, I got the one Wrecker on the right side that's kind of threatening things. The Wrecker on the left also threatening things. I'm making sure to stay out of the threat range of the Archangel and the Typhon. So I out-threat Typhon, but the Archangel out-threats me, so that's a little bit of a danger. I really do wish that I could be having that Wrecker number 1 closer over to the right side, but this building's just causing me issues. So on his turn, he's going to start killing things. Typhon actually surprises me. He goes back to the other side of the building, starts spraying my guys down. So that unit is really decimated, and this is the turn where I lost like all my unit leaders. All my unit leaders got destroyed because he made sure that he was going to be sniping all those guys out. What I've started using here actually is, normally I lose a couple of leaders, so I have a couple of my mercenary unit leader tokens I use. No, because I lost so many, I'm using these Signar shields now to say who the new ones are. Now, with this here, I did lose all those leaders, but I didn't really lose too much else. I lost some of the main guys there in the middle, nothing too crazy, and you know what? I'm actually okay with this. I'm actually okay with this because I don't really need the leaders to do what I really want to do. And so what I'm going to try and do on my next turn here is I want to try picking away at this Black Frost Shard. I'm going to charge the Naga because why not? It's there. I can't score in his zone because the Archangel's there, but I already have 1 point from dominating my zone. I'll get another point for sure. I'm going to try going over after his objective. And then otherwise, on the right, I'm just going to try and kill off all of these little solos. Because now that the scenario game is going to start ticking, he doesn't have a lot of throwaway models. So if I can get in there and kill the Shepherd and the Deathstalkers and stuff like that, he's going to dedicate something very major to kind of shut down scenario. So that's what I do. Really crappy picture, but I'm able to charge into the objective, and it's fuel, but because I have combined melee, I'm able to really do some big hits. Only one guy goes on fire. I'm able to kill off all the Black Frost Shards. That's pretty awesome. Got some sprays going that helped a lot. Also, wow, it worked out great where the White Mind Benders charged into the Naga. They had +1 mat because of the overlords over there, but so I need 7s a hit, and I just kept on cranking that. So they actually killed the Naga. I was kind of hoping more so just to kind of tenderize it, but no, they killed it. So that's awesome. Otherwise, I make sure to kill off all the guys on the right side, all the solos. So of course Typhon's still there, but I did have the one little mind slaver drudge that ran over. Then I did the empathetic overload to it, so that I was able to kill off both of the guys there, both of the Deathstalkers. Also, because I was desperate, I had charged in with 3 of the slavers. They failed to kill the Shepherd, but because I want to make sure I shut down that thing, I also hit them with it. So I'm not camping anything with Cyphon, but he is really in a lot of trouble now. It goes to 2-0 in the scenario, but he's now going to have to dedicate something serious to my zone. Unfortunately, I did not get the other Wrecker over. I tried running over to try and get in range, but in Cyphon to get the range there, and that's even with me killing off drudges to increase my range by 5, I only have the 1 Wrecker by me. One thing I was actually considering was popping the feet almost defensively, because the extra speed would have allowed the Wrecker to get within range to pass things off, plus the extra armor would have saved me, because right now I really feel he needs to get desperate and really go after me, but I decided to hold the feet because if he does put the Archangel in the zone, I'm going to need everything I have to take it out. So on his turn, he actually talks about some neat things he could do. Something I didn't really think of is that if he comes down with Typhon and starts spraying Cyphon and the Wrecker, well, I can go and I can self-sack off the hit, but then that wrecker is going to be taking 2 hits every single time, and he's going to get decimated. Luckily, that's not what he decided to do. He decided to just make some attacks. He was really going after the one wrecker, the other wrecker, that did not have perseverance. And after all the shots from either Lylyth and also the Archangel, he was able to kill it off. Also, there's a shot from the bolt thrower that took it down. He did actually make one mistake there where he was weighing the bolt thrower in the zone, but he just kind of messed up his positioning. I mean, he did have to be far enough away that he wasn't engaging me, and so I think that was a really limiting factor that he had to pull away, but he did want to be inside of his zone. He also didn't get the Archangel into my zone either, so at this point here, it's actually going to be very easy. I mean, Cyphon came up and he did some sprays, but I score on my turn again, making it 3-0, and then otherwise, what would happen here is that on the left side, I just need to kill off a Forsaken that's in the zone, Shepherd that ran in the zone, and I can destroy the objective. I don't actually even need to kill those models. I just need to destroy the objectives and dominate. And that objective's already pretty hurt. If he was to get into my zone, we were talking about this, would I need to pull this off? Is like, I would have to go over there with my Cyphon and then kind of like slam him into the zone with the wrecker, which would have been hilarious, but otherwise we have it a little bit more simple. So that's what I do. I go over there and I'm able to destroy the objective. That gets me 1. I'm going to be dominating again, which would be giving me 5, but for some reason I want to clear the zone anyway. So with some empathetic overloads and some other attacks, I'm able to clear out the zone and score for the scenario win. So otherwise, you know guys, I was really happy with this list. He was able to pick off all of my solos, but again, I really kind of felt that this having Cyphon was a lot better than having Thexus. If I had Thexus here, I could not use my normal tricks on the Archangel. Any attacks and shots that got on Thexus would be a lot more threatening. And so I kind of felt that this was actually a better list, at least in this situation. And I'm still not very sure whether the 60 drudges is better significantly than the Pressganger build. And the reason why it has to be significant is the whole reason where I'm going to have to invest to buy 2 more units, and they're not cheap. So I really have some thinking ahead of me, but this game here made me really like it. So I probably will be going with it, but if you guys have any thoughts on the 60 drudges versus the 40 drudges and the 20 Pressgangers, please post down below. If you have any other thoughts on the game, post it down below again. And otherwise, we'll catch you later. Bye. Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.